All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're tackling what is, honestly, the single most frustrating plateau every language learner hits at some point. It's what we call the passive bilingual trap. You know the exact feeling, right? You're watching something, nodding along, totally immersed, but the second it's your turn to open your mouth and actually form a sentence, bam, everything just stops. The words completely vanish. Well, we're going to explore exactly why this happens based on our source material and figure out how you can finally build that bridge from just listening to actually speaking. Section 1. When your mind goes blank. Look, I get it. I know exactly how maddening this is. You've put in the hours, you've studied the grammar, you've memorized the vocabulary. But do you understand English perfectly, only to have your mind go entirely blank when it's your turn to speak? Just let that sink in for a second. If you're nodding your head right now, trust me, you're not alone. This is the exact pain point holding back millions of eager learners. But why? I mean, if the knowledge is already in your head, why on earth can't you access it? Let's break down the mechanics.
Section 2, receiving versus producing.
Okay, first off, I really want to reassure you, you aren't learning English wrong. You're not fundamentally broken. Your brain is actually doing exactly what you've trained it to do. The issue is, we need a massive mindset shift about how that training is set up. Think about this shocking imbalance. You've got this massive chunk of time, right? Countless hours spent watching movies, binging podcasts, listening to music. Now compare that to the tiny, and I mean barely visible sliver of actual minutes you spend physically speaking English out loud every single day. It's almost nothing. Your brain is getting highly rewarded for doing one specific thing while being completely starved of the other. So think about receiving English, all those hours of passive consumption. That's exactly why your understanding is so perfect. Your receptive skills are incredibly sharp because, well, you're constantly training them. But then look at producing English. The reason you freeze up in conversations is simply because you rarely train your brain to actively produce the language under pressure. Basically, you're expecting your brain to flawlessly perform a totally different task than the one it's actually been practicing. Section 3, the football analogy. To really fix this, we've got to stop treating language like an academic subject. You know, it's not like memorizing historical dates or math formulas. It's actually a highly coordinated physical and mental skill. Comparing it to a sport makes this click instantly. Understanding English, that's exactly like watching football. You know the rules, you see the strategies forming, you cheer for a great goal. But speaking English, that is like actually playing the game. And here is the hard, undeniable truth. You just can't become a great player by only watching matches. You have to practice. I mean, you couldn't sit in the stands for years, understanding every single offside rule perfectly, and then expect to run onto the field and play like a pro, right? It just doesn't work that way. You actually have to step onto the pitch. You have to practice the physical, and honestly, sometimes messy act of speaking the words out loud. Section 4. Stop waiting for perfection. So we've identified the mechanical problem, the lack of actual speaking practice. But now we really need to tackle the psychological barrier keeping you on the sidelines. It's this damaging illusion that you have to be completely perfect before you even open your mouth. First off, you've got to stop waiting until your English is perfect. Perfection is a total myth. It literally just prevents real progress. Second, start speaking today. Not tomorrow, not next month after you finish another textbook. Today. And third, you have to embrace making mistakes. Think back to that football analogy for a sec. Every single great player misses shots, they trip, they lose the ball. Mistakes are an absolutely necessary part of the game. It's exactly how you adjust and grow. Our source material drops this massive, incredibly freeing realization on us. It says, fluency doesn't come from knowing more English. It comes from using the English you already know. Wow, just think about that. You don't need to hoard more vocabulary or obsess over advanced grammar rules to become fluent. You really just need to activate the words that are already locked inside your head, just waiting to be used. And the source actually leaves its audience with a very clear, actionable challenge. The creator asks their community to literally type out the word speak in the comments if they are ready to start practicing every single day. And, you know, it's brilliant because it's all about making that public, tangible commitment to active production right away. So, I want to leave you with one final thought to chew on. Are you going to keep watching from the sidelines, or will you actually step onto the pitch today? The choice is 100% yours. You know exactly why you've been stuck in that passive bilingual trap, and more importantly, you know how to escape it. You've got all the tools you need right now to go from a passive consumer to an active, confident speaker. So take that first step.
just start speaking. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I'll catch